Hello, hello, hello. How are you, everybody? Just gonna give this a hot second just to catch up, and then we'll start some reading sprint time. How's everybody doing? It's been a long Monday, very busy, just a very busy day. I put out a video though, so there's that. If you haven't watched it yet, it is my recap and Easter eggs you may have missed in Interview with the Vampire episode 2. So if you're interested in watching that, it is available now. I put it up on my channel. I think every Monday going forward is going to be a recap episode. So I am excited for this show. I've been having a good time with it. So yeah, in the meantime, I have been doing a little bit of reading. Hello, William. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I have several options, but I don't know, I've narrowed it down to two, and really I've narrowed it down to one. Um, I think I'm gonna keep reading Weird Sisters by Terry Pratchett. It was on deck for October. I'm only on page like 81, so I haven't read like a ton of it, but we're going through it. It was a gift from a subscriber, so I am excited to get into it. I haven't really read much by Terry Pratchett. From the 81 pages I have read of this, it's very reminiscent of like Douglas Adams, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and that like smugly clever tone he writes in. This is like a purely me thing because I am just the smugly clever writing style. It's a little annoying to me. It's like, stop trying so hard to get so many jokes in. It's going to be funny. You're trying too hard. And I looked it up, and this came out like 1980. Hitchhiker's Guide came out in 79, so maybe it's just like the era. I'm not sure, but anyways, I'm going to read it. It was a gift. I'm enjoying it, but like it's just a writing style I'm not like crazy about. Hey, Cassie, how are you? It's evening here. Well, afternoon? I don't know. It's like 5, 5 in the afternoon, evening. The, I don't know, the crossover area. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. Yeah, get cozy. I love that. Like I have I finally put on a hoodie that I've been wanting to wear. So I have like my original It hoodie. I have been dying to wear this because I bought it over summer and I haven't been able to wear it. And honestly, it's probably still too hot. I'm a little warm, so I might take it off, but I wanted to have the opportunity. Hello, thank you for coming. Oh, thank you, Diana. I appreciate that. Okay, good stuff. I really like Ninth House. I know the next book is coming out in January, so perfect timing. You'll be ready for it. It's been like a long time since I read Ninth House, but I still feel like I could go into the next. Like I remember enough of it. Yeah, Terry Pratchett. I also was like, I need to read Terry Pratchett. I don't know how many Terry Pratchetts I'm gonna read because I also like Hitchhiker's Guide. Also, it comes across as smug. How clever it's being, if that makes any sense. Hello, thanks for coming. Hey, Sarah. It is a Discworld book. I don't know much about Discworld in general. I just know it's like Terry Pratchett's like main series. But this one, it's kind of like Macbeth, like the three witches from Macbeth, and like that kind of a story, and like a hidden child that they're trying to protect. It's like I don't know, maybe it's like a little bit of like Sleeping Beauty with like Macbeth and smug humor. Like that's kind of the vibe it's going for. Hello, hello. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Hey, how are you, Caitlin? Long Shadow by Olivia Atwater. Okay. Hey, Maggie. Oh, Leviathan Wakes. I really liked it. It's like space noir. Hey, Melissa. Thanks for coming. I really liked My Darling Duke. I hope you really enjoy it too. That's Stacy Reed, correct? I love that book a lot. The whole series is fantastic so far. I think there's going to be more in it. At least there's 3 books already, and they're all really, really good. All right. Hello. Hi, Amanda. How are you? Hello. Sour candy. You have to tell us in the comments how dark it is because I know you're a dark romance fan. Okay, Truth Witch. Ooh, the Hacienda. I'm going to be reading that. I haven't started it yet, but I will be reading it because it's a book of the month for the Blades and Bodice Rippers book club. The live show is going to be over on Bethany's channel, so I will be reading it. I just haven't started it yet. But I'm glad that you're enjoying it. 25% left in Destroy All Monsters by Sam J. Miller. Ooh, okay. Oh, very cool. Those both sound fantastic. I hope you can finish it tonight. Yeah, I love it. Although, like, it's a men's hoodie that I just found. I got a small because it's hard to find small men's hoodies because I am a tiny woman. But I found a small men's hoodie. But like the thing with men's hoodies, like whatever, it's a hoodie. It's kind of unisex, but like there's men's hoodies. They're less stretchy than like women's hoodies. So like I'm trying to roll up the sleeves and they're all tight, and I'm like, why don't they make them stretchy for men? So that's the only like real difference. Yeah, Mondays, friends. Discovery of Witches. I read the first one and I don't know, it was several years ago and I'll be honest that I did not like it. I did a rant review video on it. I think it was one of my first videos I ever did. It's super old, so I wouldn't go look it up. But I remember not liking it, but I have grown as a reader since. So part of me is like maybe I would like it now. Oh, horror. Love that. Hell House. Okay. Thank you for listening by Julia Whelan. Okay. I've seen that around, but I haven't like picked it up yet. I hope you're enjoying it. Woo! Okay. Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I think that's where a lot of you guys have found me is through Interview the Vampire stuff, but I don't mind it. There's worse things to be known for. Yeah, In the Woods by Tana French. Oh, okay. Like Tana French is intense. Good luck. I mean, I've read like very little Tana French to like have like an opinion on it, but her stuff is it's crazy. It's very intense. I hope you're enjoying it, especially for book club. It sucks having to read something for book club when you hate it. It's the worst. Also, why not? I'm drinking a Gruner Veltliner today. It's an Austrian wine. It's a it's kind of like a Riesling, but not. I don't know how to explain it. It's a different grape, but it's in that family of grapes. So it's a bit more like mineral driven, has a bit of like a vegetal undertone. It's a different type of wine, but same area geographically. Okay. Anyway. So this week I'm reading this one for right now. So this is what I'm going to be reading tonight. I want to read about like 100 more pages of it. That way I'd be like halfway through the book. And that's my goal for today. And then I also have 2 more books on my desk that I'm going to read probably this week, which is one, The Exorcist. This is going to be for drunk classics. It's very 80s. Look at those the yellow sprayed edge, like so 80s. So I got it at a library book sale completely randomly. So, and then my patrons picked it for drunk classics. So I'm going to be reading The Exorcist next after I finish Weird Sisters. And I think I'm just going to be horrified, but we'll find out. I don't know if drinking's going to help or not. And I've kind of announced it like a soft announce that I'm going to my next big project is going to be James Bond. I have been reading all of the James Bond books. I have seen all of the James Bond movies, all of them. Like there's 25 official and 1 unofficial and I've seen them all. So like I'm like a James Bond nerd. But I never talked about it on the channel. So now I'm like really like getting into it and I think I'm going to do a whole series comparing, contrasting like the book versus the movie counterpoint, going into like deep dive and stuff. So it's going to be a long project. I think it's probably going to be like 15 videos because there's a lot of books. Okay, there's a lot, and like a lot of short stories. It's going to be a whole thing, but I am excited. I'm not starting it until after Interview with the Vampire is over, just because I still work a full-time job. Like I just can't commit to like two huge editing projects and scripting projects at the same time. It's not happening. So it's probably going to start late November, I would say, and then continue on. But I have read the first 6 books, so I'm going to be starting Goldfinger very shortly. It's one of the longer ones too, but I've been really excited. I've been really enjoying the books and like getting into them and like reading the source material. All of them have a level of yikes involved, which is like they were written in the 50s by an old British white guy. Yikes. There are some problematic things in there. I mean, James Bond is an assassin. Like, we can't expect him to be like the good guy in the story. He's not the good guy. He's a bad guy who saves the world. He's an assassin. Like, but he's also like he grows as a character in the book. So he starts off one way, which is just yikes. And then by now he's actually like grown and changed as a character. He's later on in his career, he's had some big capers go down. So like he thinks about things differently. So that's just like one thing I've noticed. I'll give everybody a sneak peek that he has grown and changed. He's like less misogynistic and less I don't I want to say he's less racist, but like he kind of comes across like your grandpa who will say something really racist, but not meaning it as hate speech, just like they don't know any better. So they say these things, and you're like, you can't say that. It comes across like that. So, like, if he was like actually using hate speech, it'd be different than him just like saying the N word casually. But like, there's still a yikes factor here. It's not, it wasn't okay then, it's not okay now. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate your lurking. Okay. Say it's fine. You know, long as it's not bothering you. Go for it. Track him down. Author of Hell House. Yeah, it's not it doesn't get a lot of hype, Gruner Veltliner. It's Austrian. Everyone talks about Riesling. It's kind of like, the understated cousin. Yay! I'm excited. I have been, like, hinting at things, especially, like, exclusively for my patrons. But yeah, I've kind of made the official announcement now. You guys had, like, sneak peeks a little bit, or, like, me commenting on things, like, "Are y'all in the James Bond too? Is it just me?" I know, they had them all on, and they ended on September 1st. They got rid of all of the James Bond movies on Prime, so that's why Greg's my boyfriend, like, all summer, we watched all of the James Bond movies. We, like, watched so many movies, and we made it right as they cut off. And then it's been the 60th anniversary of Doctor No coming out this week, so they put them all back on, and I'm like, "This makes my life so much easier." Like, I bought the Blu-rays for this project because I knew I would need, like, screen caps and stuff. I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll have the Blu-ray. I'll figure it out." But, like, now they're all streaming, so it's gonna make my life much easier. So that worked out well. A lot of people like Henry Cavill. Personally, I have been I don't know, in my brain, I have made it, Regé-Jean Page is gonna be my next James Bond. I have put it in my brain, and now it's stuck in my brain. Regé-Jean Page is, the Duke Simon from Bridgerton. He can box, obviously. He can fuck, obviously. Like, he's got those 2 down. And I feel like he's very suave. He's kinda handsome and stuff. I could picture him drinking champagne. So, like, Regé-Jean Page is, like, a top contender for me right now. I'm, like, real into him. But, I don't know. I just watched, like, an interview with the Broccolis, the producers of the films, and they're like, "We have done nothing to make a new one yet. We have not talked about casting it. We have not done anything." So, there's no traction here, but they have to pick someone in their 30s if they're going accurate for the books. So it'll be someone in their mid 30s era ish. Let's see. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, nice. I mean, they're very different, but they have like little some. I'm not gonna like spoil my project, but I'm working on it. Richard Matheson wrote Hell House. There you go. Yeah, I'm not counting it even as a James Bond film because technically then there would be 2 unofficial films, well, 3, but, like, one of them is, like, Casino Royale, which is a spoof, so I'm not counting spoofs as, like, James Bond films, and they made, like, a James Bond off-brand film with, Sean Connery's brother as James Bond, but, like, it had a few of the characters in it, and then Sean Connery came back in the '80s in an off-brand James Bond film. I know, Sean Connery did an off-brand James Bond film in the '80s, and it's awful. It's a remake of Thunderball, and they made it bad. So it's just like, "You just did bad Thunderball. Why would you do this?" Yes, Reggae John Page. Didn't he just do a spy movie? Reggae John Page? I don't know. If he did, then I have to check that out because in my brain, like, I have put him as James Bond. There you go. He was very arrogant. He was like, Regency era fuckboy in that. He could play, like, charming, a little bit of a dick. He can box, like, he was boxing in there, so, like, he's like I don't know, like, I feel like with a little seasoning, he could be a good Bond. So, like, I that's who I'm picturing for my next Bond. Maybe so. I mean, technically, No Time to Die, there is a female 007 because 007 is just a number. It's not exclusive to James Bond. So perhaps. I don't know. So many of the fans, I don't know. It's a fandom that's just like has a lot of issues too. So maybe I'll give it some fresh, some freshness. Like, hey, let's like point out misogyny when we see it rather than like pretend it's not there. But anyway, I've been talking and talking and talking. Let's go ahead and do a sprint and then we'll get back to things. But yeah, I will talk forever about James Bond because I'm just a nerd. Star Trek Next Generation episode. I don't know. My boyfriend would know. He loves TNG. I'd have to ask him if they did a Casino Royale episode. Oh, really? Okay. Didn't know that as well. Very cool. 1983 was a big year for Bond. That was the year like it was like Octopussy with Roger Moore came out, an official Bond movie, and Never Say Never Again, which is the unofficial James Bond movie with Sean Connery. The '80s were wild. The '80s were wild for James Bond. The drama. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of storytelling to be had there. But anyways, we're gonna talk about James Bond this whole time if we don't do a sprint. I know it. I don't get me started. Don't get me started. Okay, let's do a sprint and then we'll come back and we'll talk some more. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And of course, I have my duck friend. Who would I be without my duck friend? All right, so let's do 30 minutes and starting now. Hi, everybody. How are you? That was our first 30-minute sprint. I read a whole bunch. I think about like 54 pages or so, roundabout. I'm on one page 134, and I was on like 81 before. So whatever that math is, about 50 pages. So far so good. I want to get to about 180, so I think one more sprint will do it in, and I will hit my reading goal for the day. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Hello. Eidolon. Oh, nice. I really liked it. I hope you get to finish it today in this reading sprints. The Gray Man. Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I know I've heard of it, but now I need to watch it because I want to see reggae. Be all spy like. I'm really into that now. Yeah, ducky time. I need to get like duck merch. I know it'll happen one day. Okay. Thank you for the update. I know Russia with Love is like it's one of those films that never needs to be remade. I don't know what they're gonna do going forward with the James Bond series, but, like, I don't want them to remake those originals because, like, they're so good and they were, like, inventing, like, camera tricks and stuff, so, like, they're really good on their own. Oh, what was the first movie? Doctor No is the first movie. Hello, Amanda. Hey, Beth, how are ya? 34 pages, great job, Maggie. Wonderful 6%, I love that. Puppy Fight Club over here. Okay. Yay, Melissa, I'm so happy you're enjoying My Darling Duke. 50% of the way in, I love that. It it's so fun. I even like Her Wicked Marquess is also really fun. It's a good series. Okay, When I Lied to the Duke, that's, Eva Lee, correct? I really like that one. It's kind of like, older woman it's no, that's not that one. Would I Lie to the Duke? Which one is that one? I know I read it. Oh, okay, so that's like oh, that one. It's kinda like Cinderella, but if Cinderella was a con woman and, like, um, a vaguely sexually submissive duke rather than being all dominant, and I'm like Ava Lee writes, like, very sex positive books. If you want, like, a smutty delight, Ava Lee is probably a good bet. Oh, okay, so you're getting into spooky stuff, Amanda. Okay. Very good. Okay. Oh, Batman's not in here. Actually, that's a sweater. I forgot. I took off my sweater earlier, so this is just a sweater. I wish he was in here, but he's busy. He's playing with Greg, the boyfriend. But yeah, this is my it sweater. It got warm right after I put it on. But yes, if Batman was in here, I would love that. But he's off. I think they went on a walk, so they're he's having a good time. Anyway, so how's everybody been? Last weekend was Greg's birthday actually, so we did a bunch of stuff. We went all around town. We went to like Little Tokyo here in Los Angeles, and we went to our favorite sushi place. I mean, I'm a vegetarian, so I have very limited options I can get at the sushi place, but like I get like an avocado roll and like whatchamacallits, like tempura and stuff. So like I get like options at this place, but it's like the best. It's been there like for 50 years. It's an older like sushi place and it's the best one. We love it. So we like drove into town to go to Little Tokyo and we went all it was like a good birthday. We had a good time. And yeah, so I'm still working on Weird Sisters by Terry Pratchett. Part of me wants to just like read Goldfinger because I've been reading so much of it that I'm like, I just want to read it. I just want to read this one and like not read anything else. But I have other books that I have to read that are on my TBR. This was not on my TBR officially because it's for a secret project. So we'll get going. I usually start reading them at the gym because I'll get my headphones on and then just like get on the treadmill and like run and like listen to James Bond because it's so action packed. It kind of goes with like being on a treadmill. Let's see. I have not read Salem's Lot. I am gonna be reading Pet Cemetery, though. Just 'cause, it's the book club book for October for my patron and channel member book club. We are reading Pet Cemetery. So, that should be pretty fun. I'm reading Exorcist and Pet Cemetery. I'm just gonna be terrified. I haven't got into, like, all of the really, like, spooky stuff yet. I've been, like I'm saving it all up, so I'm just gonna have, like, a terror week where I just read horrifying things, apparently. Hello Kitty pajamas? Love that. Same. I audiobook everything. Like, I like to read and listen at the same time. It helps me absorb it better. So, yeah. I will also be listening, The Exorcist and Pet Cemetery. Um, I don't know if everybody's, like, Scribd account is the same, SCRIBD. It's like an app. I know the first month is free if you guys don't have it, but I know The Exorcist is on it, at least for me. And I also believe Pet Cemetery is on there. So if you guys are looking for it for now, if you already have the service and you're already paying for it, but if you don't have the service, I believe the first month is free. So I believe they do have The Exorcist and Pet Cemetery if you guys want to read in as an audiobook. Let me see. Yeah, they had The Exorcist and Pet Cemetery. Yeah, I saved them both. I had to make sure. Okay, yeah, so I have both of those in there. I'm excited to read those. They go up to 3 speed as well, which is like 3 speed is like my normal reading speed. So like usually if I have the book and I'm like reading along with it, I will listen at 3 speed and it goes by really quickly, which is nice. If I'm like doing other stuff and I don't have the book in front of me, usually I'll bring it down a bit, probably like to 2 or 2.5 speed. So that's just like my own reading speeds I go for. Okay. I've only read one thing by Stephen King, and it's that little short story collection called Different Seasons. But it has, like Shawshank Redemption, Apt Pupil, The Body, all those stories that they're all movies. Like, I read that one, but I read it when I was like a teenager and didn't really have like I don't know. I hadn't read enough books yet to form like a big opinion about Stephen King. Besides, like, oh, this is Stephen King. I'll like Stephen King, but I never read anything else by him. Um, I was a weird teenager. I was reading like a lot of like Chuck Palahniuk because who wrote Fight Club amongst other books. So I read a lot of Chuck Palahniuk when I was in high school. I was a nerdy kid. Yeah, 3 if I have the book right in front of me and I'm reading along 3 speed usually feels very comfortable as a comfortable reading speed. If I'm not looking at the book, I'll usually slow it down a little bit. No worries. Did you find your brother? I know you were looking for him. So you had other things going on. Yes, yes, Libby, Overdrive, Libby. Libby is better for, like, functionality because you can go up 3 speed. However, Overdrive has a lot of little features that Libby doesn't have, and it bothers me. Because like, I know in, like, Overdrive, you could, like, request books or, like, what is it? Like, recommend books, like, books that aren't out yet. So if you recommend it, you get immediately put on, like, the hold list for when they do buy it, but Libby doesn't let you do that, and it's obnoxious. And also, like, Overdrive will tell you the exact length of the audiobook, where Libby just tells you, like, an estimate. Like, it goes, "It's 7 hours," and I'm like, "No, it's not. It's 6 hours and 43 minutes." Lies, 7 hours. So it's like, I don't know, Overdrive is more specific, I think. They have more details than Libby does, but Libby lets you go faster in your reading speed. Hopefully, they will sort this out because I feel like the recommendation thing is a big deal. Like, I will be very unhappy if I lose that option because this is how I get books quickly when they come out. You recommend them. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, very cool. I have my sweater. I don't know if I'm showing that as you saw it earlier. I have my It sweater. It from the 80s and early 90s, whenever that came out. Okay, just Stephen King. Yeah, I read one thing, like, back in high school, I remember I got it for free. Like, my mom worked at a hospital, and I would have to go there sometimes, and, like, they had a library that, like it was just free books. They're like, "Please don't return these. People donate them, we don't want them back." So that's how I got, like, a lot of books in the beginning because like, I was bored. So I would go to the library just like they're like, "Please take these books, don't bring them back," and I'm like, "Well, if you say so." So, that's how I got, like, my first Stephen King book from this, like, hospital library. They just really wanted to get rid of books. Mm. I agree on that a little bit, like, if they have a very strong, accent, I will have to slow it down until I get used to their accent. Depends, like, it depends how English they are. Because some English accents, like, different areas of England is much thicker than, like, London, Manchester accent, which is very fine. So, if it depends how thick the accent is, sometimes I'll have to slow it down until I get used to it before I speed it back up. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad he was okay and came home. Thank you. I'm very happy that you found him. Brothers, what are you gonna do with him? Am I right? Yeah, like, I haven't listened to anything at 1 speed ever because 'cause I'm like, "How do people listen 1 speed? It sounds like you are talking in quicksand." Like, it's so slow, and I'm like, "Did they record it at that speed?" No one talks that slow. It's so bizarre. Whew, alright. I think I will hit my reading goal definitely if we do one more sprint at least, and I am looking forward to it because I wanted to read half the book today, which is about 180 pages. So that will put me right on goal with my reading goals. Like I will hit it. And then I think tomorrow I might start Exorcists and read that and then finish this by the end of the week. I don't know. That was my plan. I was going to read like at least 2 books this week. Whew. Let's see. Yeah, when it's really slow, you have to speed it up. Like 2 speed is like my bottom speed I will listen to anything at. Okay. Yeah, like definitely for romance, I feel like I can listen to those fast because like it's very they're easy to follow. But if you have a very complicated magic system or someone with a very thick accent, like usually I'll need to put it down a little bit, just so I get like until I get like the cadence and I understand what's happening. But yeah, like romances, I'll just speed through those because I very much understand them. Oh, smart. Okay. Very cool, thank you for the tip, Cassie. Well, not tip, the info. Nice, I love that. Good job, Maggie. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I hope you have fun with it. I don't think I've ever read Call of the Wild. I don't know, while I am doing my secret projects, well, not secret anymore, but, while I'm doing the Interview with the Vampire project, while I'm doing my, like, James Bond project, I don't know if I'm also going to be doing Drunk Classics necessarily because, like, those are a bitch to edit. They take so much time, and they take so much time to read them and edit them, and it's just, like, a long process that, like, doing 1 a month is fine, but, like, also having to do those other big project videos with a lot of editing, I don't know, so I might take a couple months off for Drunk Classics. That's what I think is gonna happen, just 'cause I can't commit to all that and still have, like, a life where I don't go crazy. So, Drunk Classics might be put a little bit on the back burner, but I am doing fun, cool projects, so it'll still be interesting. Audiobook era, I love that. Mhm. I love audiobooks. I'm a full audiobook person. Oh my goodness. Bless you. Bless your little heart. You stuck it out. Like, I couldn't. I could not. I just could not. My brain would wander so fast. In one band, Ice Nine Kills, one of their songs was about it. I don't know what this was about. What was your last comment about? I'm not sure what you were discussing here. Ice Nine Kills, one of their songs was about it. What was your song about? I'm just or is it about audio speeds? What was it about? Oh, wait! Yellow Jacket Red Balloon, It! I don't know why I didn't catch on to that. So, Amanda, yes, It. There you go. Yes. Okay, thank you, Cassie. You picked up on it maybe a little quicker than I did. Then I was like, "Wait a minute. Oh, It! It took a minute, but I got there. It's been a long day." Oh my goodness. Like, yeah, I couldn't, and, like, I would feel bad about it because like, I try to be patient with people, but I'm just like, I it's physically painful for me to be patient in this instance. So sometimes you just have to realize, like, you do you and I'm gonna do me. Like, I would not. I could not survive that. Okay, let's do another sprint. Let's do another sprint. I wanna hit my reading goal. I'm pretty excited about it, so let's do one more sprint. Yes, Cassie's also crying in frustration, like, I could not. Thank you, Amanda. Yes, I was a little slow on the uptake, but I got there. Okay, so let's go ahead, one more sprint, and then we'll decide what happens because I think one more sprint is all I need for tonight to hit my reading goal. So let's go ahead and share screen. We're gonna do the duck again. This is like my guy. My guy. All right, one more sprint, everybody. I will see you back here in 30. All right, that was our second 30-minute sprint. Very excited. Okay, so I officially hit my reading goal. Very excited. I'm on page 189. Good stuff. This is exactly kind of where I wanted to be today. I wanted to read at least half of it. It's going pretty fast. It's funny. It's like quirky. There's just a tone of like being smug about how clever he's being that I'm like about. But it's kind of fun. I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna read the whole thing. I'm appreciating that I'm reading Terry Pratchett. So I don't think it's gonna be a new favorite, but it's fine. I'm reading it. Let's see. Yeah, that happens. But good job. 66 pages. I love that. I think I read 108. Yeah, I was on page 81. Now I'm on page 189. Yeah, so like 108 pages. That's about what I wanted to read. I mean, it is a mass market size, so like I don't think there's a lot of words on each page. Maybe the pages are a little smaller too. So, but yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to read today. Let's see. Ooh, free Kindle books. I love that. Nice. I think it's also dinner time for me. It's 6:37 out here. The sun has gone down. I'm very unhappy about it. I love it when it's like light out, really late. That makes sense. You do have puppies and children, and it's a lot. So at least you got 20 pages. That's still an accomplishment. Nice, 30 pages. Good job. You do like your chonky books, Maggie. You're always reading a really thick one. I'm reading relatively thin ones. And like this is what I want. Like a chonker of a book just doesn't have the same appeal to me right now. I don't know. I see like a really thick book and like my brain just shuts down. Like I'm like, I cannot fuck with this. I want like 300 to 400 pages. That's all I want. That's it. No more. This one is 360. So perfect. That's like the perfect size book I want to read. I can read in like a day or two. That's what I'm in the mood for. Plus, I have so many books I have to read. It's just like a lot. I just have so much work to do. Ah, Coraline. That is short, yeah. But yeah, you have to break them up sometimes. But yeah, I haven't read like a really thick book in a while just because like I'm horrified like reading them. Your birthday is Wednesday. Happy birthday. Another fellow Libra. Like my boyfriend's was on yesterday, so the 9th. So yours is the 12th. Very cool. Happy early birthday. All right. I did all my reading. I'm excited. I hit my reading goal. I can go have dinner now and move on with my day. I mean, there's other things I need to be working on, obviously, but we're gonna let them wait for a minute. Well, congrats. It's not old. 45 isn't old. Congrats. And happy birthday. Yes. Love that. We're sending you all the good birthday vibes. But all right, everybody. This was a good night of reading. I got all my reading done I wanted to do. I got to do other work, but I'm going to give it a break, have some dinner, maybe do something else. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to keep reading and move on with the week. So I'll have another video on Wednesday, another video on Saturday. And then I think I'm debating moving reading sprints to Wednesday nights because I'm going to be posting videos on Monday and I can't do 3 videos a week. I just can't. I don't have the like capacity. So I'm thinking like having Monday be a post day and Saturday be a post day and then Wednesday for reading sprints. Let me know what you guys think about it. Like leave a comment or whatever. But yeah, let me know how you feel. So yeah, Wednesdays. I think I might move to Wednesdays for a little bit, at least while I'm doing Interview with the Vampire, because it's just a lot. But anyway, hi everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will be back for another reading sprint either on Monday or Wednesday, one of the days next week. I'll put an announcement to keep everybody on the same page. But yes, thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week. Also, it went away. Hold on. Yes, happy birthday. Love that. Wednesdays usually work for me. Okay, great. Wednesday's cool. Love it. Yay! 30 pages left. I hope you finish them tonight. Good stuff. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys next week for more sprints. But in the meantime, it is dinner time. So I'm going to go eat some food. And yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful week. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye.